Hello, welcome to part 8 of my series in my composition art journal. If you'd like to see how I prepared this composition notebook to turn it into an art journal, I prepped it with 44-page layouts as a jumping off point to my art process, and I will put a link in the description below to that original video. So I'm starting off with some stenciling, and I have not been stenciling hasn't been one of those things that I just tried and it like instantly, oh yeah, that came out the way that I anticipated, but I am learning as I go. So like even in this project, as I began in that lower right corner, I got too much paint, and so it seeped under the stencil. So I'm learning that less is better. It's better to dab 20 times with a little bit of paint than to have too much paint on your sponge, and then it'll just kind of smush under that stencil and then you get a smudgy look. But embrace the mistakes. You're learning and it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just having fun. So and with this third stencil, I wanted to make sure that I overlapped a little bit with my different stencils so that the page didn't feel too compartmentalized. Also, another thing I'm learning about stencils is that you don't have to cover the whole stencil. Like I kind of started to do that in the bottom right corner, and then realized you can just have parts of the stencil that create kind of a distressed feel, kind of like an old brick building that's starting to crumble and fall apart. Or maybe the plaster's falling off and you just see a little bit of that layer. It kind of gives it that depth that things are kind of fading into the background rather than big bold elements. But you can do it either way. You can always do anything any way you want. So I keep a separate journal with quotes that I come across when I'm reading a book or see something on Pinterest or anywhere that are profound or inspiring to me, and then I pull from that to incorporate into my art journaling process, because I like to just capture where I'm at different stages of life and know that when I flip through here in the future, I'll be able to reflect, and did I allow those thoughts to permeate my thinking in my life, or are they just sentiments that that was pleasant for the moment, but I didn't actually apply those thoughts to real life. So the first quote by George Eliot is, "It's never too late to be what you might have been." So I'm the kind of person who can spend way too much time in my brain thinking about, oh, I wish I would have done this, or which I could have done that. And the reality is that it's never too late to make a new start and to do those things that you wish you would have done in the past. As long as we are living and breathing, every day is a new opportunity. The next quote that I recorded is by Dale Carnegie. "If you want to conquer fear, do not sit at home and think about it. Go out and get busy." Fear is something that we will probably always have present in our life, but we have a choice on how we entertain our fears or if we choose to fight against them. And so I love this quote. And the third quote was by Robert H. Schuller. It says, "I'd rather attempt to do something great and fail than attempt to do nothing and succeed." So do any of those quotes speak to you? I'd love to hear your comments, or maybe share a similar type of quote that has inspired you. So for the remaining 5 minutes, I will just stop my chatter and let you watch the process. I don't think there's anything really too profound as far as my mark making and doodling goes. I'm using Posca pens, acrylic paints. And I'm just doodling. You are always welcome to borrow any ideas that you see in my videos on my pages. Imitation is the highest form of flattery, and I just want you to enjoy your art process as well. If you do a copycat page, be sure to give me a shout out wherever you post it on social media, and enjoy the show.